Welcome back to the channel. This week we're taking a look at the 2023 Polestar 2. Let's see what's got. So starting off as usual with the front of the car, you get these nice daytime running LEDs that look like almost like a hammerhead kind of shape. Then we have these fog lights that will actually follow you at nighttime. The main headlamp in here will follow you at nighttime when you're taking those corners. You have some nice big grille there for the cooling, as well as a nice simple little Polestar logo and some sensors as well as front-facing cameras, all stuff like that. But overall, very, very cool. This does have a front trunk, however, it's not very easy to get to it. There's no like open and close kind of thing. It's just, it's awkward. But overall, I really do love the design of the Polestar 2 this year, so let's take a look at the rest. All right, moving now to the side of the Polestar 2, where you kind of get like an interesting view of like how compact it really is. It's like a hatchback, but not really. Very, very cool though. I love the way the door handles look. They don't slide into the body, but they do look very cool. You got your nice aerodynamic wheels there, and I absolutely love these frameless side view mirrors. They're very cool. Probably one of the coolest I've seen this year. Absolutely love those. And then you get a sticker that says Polestar 2. Very interesting. I think I would take that off though, because it literally is just a sticker. But yeah, you can slide your hand in here when the door is locked, and it'll unlock, and then you can slide like this and it will lock. It's very, very fast at locking and unlocking. I like it a lot. Also on the side, we have this nice charge port where you can kind of click it open it up like that. Then you have your charge port. You press this button to actually unlock the charger when it's on, and then you have this for your DC fast charging. Very, very cool though. Very, very effective as well. This does have a pack included as well called the Plus Pack. It's the Harman Kardon sound system. You got that panoramic sunroof, the WaveTech seats, and you also have tinted rear windows, energy saving heat pump, which I think that one should be standard, and you also have a power operated tailgate. Overall, very cool. I do like it a lot. The design, I just can't get over it. It's just so unique. Okay, last but not least, it is the rear of the Polestar 2, where probably the thing that sticks out the most is these taillights that kind of make a swoop, and then they kind of join each other with that bar. Very Sonata-esque. If you've ever seen the newer Sonatas, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You got this kind of interesting Polestar logo that's kind of like bent in, and we have a rear tinted window as well. That's an add-on that is a package that costs a little bit more. Sensors and all that for the 360-degree camera inside, and also a rear-facing camera as well for the nice quality that we get. And then we can press this button right here, pop the trunk in right open, and you can see we have a whole bunch of room. I have my stand for my iPad for when I film for PRN in there. And then we can also push down that seat there, and we'll have a bunch of room. And then the floor lifts up quite a bit here, and you can actually remove this floor as well, and you can have a whole bunch of space in there. So overall, very, very cool for the Polestar 2. Let's take a look at that interior next, and let's see what that's got. All right, so as usual, we're gonna start off with the back of the Polestar 2. Let me open this door right here. You can see the door has kind of a two-tone, but the rest of the interior is gonna be mostly black. But let's hop in, and I'll show you what we're working with here. It's one of the more cramped interiors that I've seen. As you can see right here, my knees are absolutely touching the seat in front of me. This is my driver profile. This is how I like to drive. So I have a little bit less room than I would like, but I still have some room. And it's weird, since this is an EV, you'd think there'd be no stack for the transmission, but there is. And I'm not sure if it is a transmission or not, but it's definitely a big hump here. So the person in the middle, you're gonna have your knees up in your face pretty much. But we do have some nice vents back here. Also, you have two heated seat options, very nice to have. And then of course we have something here that's gonna pull down for your cup holders. Good little view here, but this is interesting, and I'll show you this in the driving. Hopefully you'll be able to see it, but this is about all you get for the rear view window. When you're driving up front, it looks weird. I definitely can see out of it. That's not the issue. It just looks weird to look at. But also sitting back here, we have a nice view of that absolutely gorgeous moonroof, and I love it. Cool, nice little view of the seat there. You can see the headrest kind of indents there, and really, really cool. And yeah, overall, it's comfortable. There's maybe not so much room, but it is definitely on the comfortable side of things, which I will take. So let's hop up front and let's check out what it's up there. All right, next up is the front of the Polestar 2. Much bigger door, much easier to get into. Here you can see some of the window controls here, and then you can also see that we have a memory seat button, as well as the power controls are also right here with a nice Polestar logo door sill right there, which I love. Let me hop in and show you what we're working with on the interior things. So you hop in, there's no power button. Once you hop in, it turns on. As soon as you either shift to park or reverse, it will actually turn on. The climate turns on right away. Thank goodness, because it's absolutely blazing. But let me do that. Let me turn the car on. So here we go. I'm going to press the brake, push this forward for reverse. I'm now in reverse. Everything kind of comes to life, and I can push myself back in park, straighten the old steering wheel out, and I'll show you a little bit of the infotainment. So starting off with the driver's gauge cluster screen, this is kind of what you see. You got your speed on the left there. Then you have your Google Maps. This car is integrated with Android Auto, not Android Auto, but actually it's just Google. It's just Google infotainment. So very, very cool. And then I can one touch this little button here down on the steering wheel, and it will actually move up, which is very interesting. So you don't have to have the maps all the time. That was something I complained about actually in the Volvo, and you'll notice some similarities between the Polestar and the Volvo. So this is one of them, but you can actually change it. You don't have to have the map on all the time if you don't want to. So next up, let's take a look at the steering wheel. I do absolutely love this steering wheel. It's very, very comfortable. Just like, again, when you saw the Volvo XC60 Recharge on the channel, just like that, feels like that. A little bit of piano black, and of course we have these weird piano black like buttons. They're physical. They're not even haptic feedbacks. They're just really physical. Like I can push them sideways and forwards and make stuff happen, like volume control. And then this for your infotainment, this for your cruise control, adaptive cruise control, because this does have the pilot pack on it, which is very cool. Over on the left hand side though, I have just one button. It's the trunk button. Nothing too big there. A couple of vents though, but I do like it's very ergonomic in here. I feel very, you know, everything's in my reach. I don't have to reach too much to touch my infotainment display. Speaking of that, this infotainment display looks like an iPad mini, straight out of an iPad mini. It's absolutely crazy, but I do really, really enjoy it. I can have my climate control right here. It's, of course, like I said, Google integrated. I do like the Google software in this case. I know some people don't really like it, but I do like having Google Maps built right into the car. It's very nice. Let the software companies handle the software. That's what I say anyways. And then here you have some driver's assist where you can pretty much choose the steering feel, and you can have sport mode, which turns the traction control off. That's a little terrifying for me because an EV with traction control off is scary. And then on the bottom, you can have one pedal driving. I obviously have it on, and then you can turn creep on or off. So you can make it like a normal car if you want to, but I like one pedal driving. Then you can switch over to your assist. I turn the lane keep aid off because it's very aggressive. It really does keep you really, really centered in the lane. You can change your assistance type on all of these. So you have driver alert, road sign information, collision, BLIS, which is blind spot, and ready to drive notification, which is really, really cool. But I do like it. It's very, very, very sleek. Also, you're going to notice a bunch of fingerprints. That's because that's the only button that I have to use the car. So if I don't touch the screen, I basically can't use the car. So when I review it, this is what happens. But you also have built-in Spotify, Google Podcasts, Google News, Sirius XM radio, the Bluetooth stuff. You can check your performance. You have like a little G monitor. If that's something that you're interested in, it is there. Also, something that's very interesting is this range assistant. So it'll tell me how much projected range I have. My consumption is, on the lower side, which is nice. My projected range is on the lower side as well, which is cool. I mean, on the higher side in that case. And then it tells you what's using the most. Obviously, today, climate control is being used the most because it is absolutely boiling. It's about 34 degrees Celsius in here. Outside, actually, not in here. In here, I'm very comfortable, so I like that. Then I can touch this little seating button and have my heated seat on. I will not be doing that today because, like I said, it's boiling. Then you can have different driver profiles. It'll kind of turn your assist on and off and whatever you would like to do if you have more than one driver. So really, really cool. So moving lower now, hopefully you can see there's these little tabs here that you can pull up, these little like rubberized tabs, and that's how you access your two USB ports. There's also a wireless charging thing, which is going to hold stuff nicely. This is your only little media control here, volume up and up, up and down, and you can also play and pause, as well as some defrost control on the side there. And then we have this really interesting shifter. It's the Polestar shifter. I do like the feel of it, actually. It's quite, like I said, it's quite ergonomic. The hand fits over quite nicely. I do like the little Polestar design. There's a lot of piano black here, so as you can see, you can even see me in there with the camera. Hello. It's yeah, a lot of piano black. So if you don't like piano black, you're gonna get a lot in this. So next up, let's take a look at something on the weird side of things. So you have a cup holder here, and if I want to not have the cup holder mark and slide it there, and you have half a cup holder. So you can actually store stuff in there if you want, but not an actual cup, obviously. But then, you notice there's only one cup holder. So where's the other one? Let me show you. Open this guy up right here, and there's your other cup holder. Yep, that's interesting. That is one of the most interesting cup holder designs I probably have seen this year, and probably ever. I don't think I've ever seen a cup holder design like this. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you own a Polestar 2. Is this a issue for you? I'm really curious to see how people are using this, or just in general, if you're in the market for a Polestar. Tell me, what do you think, honestly, about this cup holder setup? I'm very interested. So moving along, we have some nice ambient lighting here at nighttime. This nice like wood trim. I do love the design inside the Polestar. Like everything here just flows so well, and I do really like this open wood trim. This nice like mesh kind of design here. Glove compartment compartment, of course, has a bunch of space. I got a bunch of stuff in there now. And then we also have the seats that are very comfortable. There's not a lot to brag about the seats. There are automatic adjustable, which is very cool, even the passenger seat. Then you have this little thing that you can pull out and push in. Very cool, very nice. I do like them. They're very, very comfortable. No big complaints other than they're not as unique as the car, I guess you'd say, but still very effective, very, very comfortable. And that's what matters the most, honestly. So no digital mirror or anything like that, but you can actually kind of see if I get close enough here. Let me see. Yeah, you can actually kind of see the view that I get out of the rear view mirror there. It's not very much, but a nice view of this moonroof, which is absolutely incredible. And that's going to about do it for the interior of the Polestar. Very, very effective, but yeah, a little bit interesting on the cup holder side of things. So with that being said, let me strap that GoPro on my forehead as usual, and let's take this thing on the road. Let's get driving. All right, here we are, 2023 Polestar 2, rear-wheel drive, single motor, really a basic setup when it comes to the Polestar, but very, very effective when it comes to the driving portion of things. I do like it, love the steering wheel feel. I'm very comfortable in these seats. These seats are very, very comfortable. This interesting, I don't know what they call it, this technology that they have, the seating technology that they have is very, very cool. The name is completely slipping me right now, but it is part of one of the packages that you can get, and it's very, very comfortable, very, very ergonomic. Like I said, in the interior tour, I can reach this infotainment display very, very easily, and I do really like it a lot. Now, in terms of drive modes, well, the Polestar doesn't have very much to offer. It's just got different steering feels and then just a straight sport mode. So no eco, no normal mode or anything. I guess it's kind of adjusting things based on the way you drive, and you get a little bit more range with the rear wheel drive anyway. So there you go, there's a plus for that. But I can turn it in sport mode. It does turn the traction control off, which is terrifying to me, but let's bring it to a complete stop here, and let's rip the Polestar 2. Yes, go, 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 go. Definitely can feel that rear wheel drive. Here we go, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, boom. So, you know, it doesn't kick as hard as an all-wheel drive version of this would. I think that would absolutely break my neck, but in terms of passing slower traffic, getting up to highway speeds, it's fun. I'm in control the whole time. I mean, I can even turn the sport mode off and turn the firm setting on, and it just kind of makes things feel a little bit more sport mode, you see, and then I can do standard, and then light is like more like a comfort driving. But in all modes, which I really like, in all modes, I have very, very nice feeling of the car. Because of that battery being as low as it is, I have a very good lower center of gravity, so the car just feels planted pretty much at any setting. Obviously, all-wheel drive with the dual motor would help that, a little bit more weight there, but I'm not really complaining about it because it's very, very cool. And you just look cool driving it, right? I mean, you just have this nice Polestar logo. It's simple. If you know what a Polestar is, the cool thing about it is you know exactly what it is just by looking at it. You don't actually need the logo because the design is so unique, and even the interior design is also so unique that you kind of just know what it is if you know what's going on with the EV market. Like, I just blast around this corner, no problem at all. And like, I feel the wheels slipping slightly, but the traction control is still very good. And obviously with it off, you know, it's gonna fishtail maybe just a little bit because of the rear wheel drive, but even in like crappy weather, I think even in the snow, rear wheel drive, you'd still be okay with it up to an extent. Obviously don't be dangerous, and I think it's gonna depend on winter tires in that case, but overall very, very cool. I really would like to feel how the all-wheel drive feels like, because this kicks just in the rear wheel drive, so the all-wheel drive would be cool. I'm also at like 80% battery doing that, so I'm getting the most power that the Polestar 2 can give me, so that's very cool. I'm going too fast for it right now, but if I were to slow down, I could actually touch this little camera button in the corner here, which is very easy to do. It's one touch, super simple. Give it a touch and you could have 360-degree camera. Very useful for parking. I love cars that do that, that have the 360-degree cameras right there for you. Now, I've seen some things, I've read some things that say the visibility maybe isn't the greatest on it, and I tend to agree a little bit, but I don't really mind because the unique design, I mean, you're kind of gonna have to have a trade-off, right? The visibility is good for what it is. Like, I feel like I have a lot of visibility out of my mirrors, and they kind of carve the roof in the rearview mirror. I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but they kind of carved it out so that you can get as much space, as much visibility as possible. Also, I like how these side mirrors are like borderless, you know, kind of like how the iPhone is almost borderless now. The Polestar side mirrors are too, which are very cool. It gives you like a seamless feeling. I don't know, that for lack of a better word, it's a seamless feeling when I look in the rear view mirrors. Very cool though, and that kind of makes up for maybe the less visibility on the sides and through the rear there, maybe a little bit less, you don't get as much visibility, but the mirrors do make up for it. So they kind of balance things out, which I did like. And I have to say, having this map in the gauge cluster screen is very convenient if you're going somewhere where you're not sure of the area, you're not sure where you're going, you just have it on, navigating to maybe a supercharger or something like that. You know, you can have it on and you don't really have to glance over here. It's all right here. Your passenger could have something going on over there and this will stay the same for you. But if you don't like it, you can turn it off, which is really cool. You didn't have that on the Volvo. Now, I know that Volvo and Polestar are now two different companies, but they once were the same. They were the performance version of the Volvos, but now Polestar's branched out and done its own wonderful things, and you know, they're going to continue to do that. The Polestar 3 is on its way out, or it's already out, so hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on that for you guys when it does come out. But having driven the Polestar 2 will be a nice little cushion for us. Yeah, I know it's like, it's more on the dark side. Maybe you would choose a lighter interior, but I do just really like the interior here. Like, it's simple. I don't have to think about how to use stuff. I have a bunch of assists here that I can turn on or off. The charge mode, the adaptive cruise control is really great too. The lane keep assist is aggressive. I turned it off because I like to feel the vehicle. I like to kind of push it around. I'm reviewing it, so I'm not really driving it, especially today, I'm not really driving it like I normally would. So, but on long trips, the lane keep assist is very, very good. It basically lane centers, like it's dead center. It doesn't move at all. Like I can show you, my wheel immediately stiffens up when I do this, and it kind of just bang, I'm right in the center of the lane, but I don't like to have it on. So I turn it off. You can have your charge window there, and you can basically choose a bunch of settings on the side here. And I can do that all while I'm driving at a glance. That's important. And Volvo have definitely nailed that. Sorry, Polestar have definitely nailed that. It's a bit of a different thing when you, technically they're the same company, but not really. So we're going to keep it saying Polestar. But yeah, at a glance, everything is great. So let's do overall for the Polestar 2. So far, charging has been great. I really haven't had a problem. I have like one charger close to my house that I can use for any electric vehicle that I get that's a supercharger, anyone that accepts it. And I also have some slower charging ports around my house too. So for me, the EV experience has been great. I haven't had a problem. But maybe on longer road trips and stuff like that, you're going to have range anxiety because, you know, the 450 kilometer range, sometimes 500 depending on climate. You know, it might stress some people out because the charging infrastructure just isn't there yet. But for me, charging has been fine. I've been able to use the wall outlet to kind of keep things stable, maybe get a couple kilometers back here and there. And then if I need to, I can go to the supercharger and get a whole bunch of battery back. But that's only if you have chargers close to you. Say if you live further from a charger, it's going to be inconvenient. So I'd recommend, as always, getting a wall charger for these things because it just makes your life so much easier and hassle-free, and kind of eliminates that range anxiety when you're just daily commuting. So yeah, overall, Polestar 2, been a great vehicle to drive, great vehicle to be in. I love the handling, love the sportiness of it. It's just cool. It's just a cool car. It really does grab the attention of a lot of people. People notice it coming down the road. You can tell who knows what it is and who doesn't just by kind of the looks they're giving you. But yeah, overall, the approval of the public has been great. So it's nice to drive a car that people really seem to enjoy, and you know, that's cool. And I enjoy it too. I love the way the steering wheel feels. I love the seating arrangement. Everything's like driver oriented and even passenger oriented too. It's not very far away for them to touch it either or reach it. So for me, very, very good this week. It's been great for the Polestar 2, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you're in the market for a Polestar. Can't speak to reliability, unfortunately. I know a lot of people like to ask me about that, but I don't know because I only have these cars for a week, sometimes even less than that. So I don't know, but hopefully the battery warranty is good. But so far so good. I haven't seen that many complaints of the Polestar in terms of battery or in terms of reliability. So that's really, really good news. So like I said, I'll go ahead and I will leave it there. Let me know in the comments if you're in the market for a Polestar, or if anything in this video has helped you make your decision, because that's obviously why I do this. I want to help you make your buying decision. I checked out a whole bunch of videos before I bought my first car, or any car that I'm in the market for. I watch other YouTubers' YouTube videos, and now I'm in the position to actually review them myself. So let me know if I've helped you at all, because that's obviously the goal. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next review, in the next week, in the next video, in the next car. We can keep going forever. All right, make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe. We'll see you next time.